Yes, hello and welcome to the Any Given Sunday Australia podcast, the only dedicated podcast team that gets up at 3 a.m. every week. Hopefully 4 a.m. soon. I think that changes around October. Massive week 3 coming up. Some teams on the verge of going 0-3 and putting a line through them. Some teams, like the green strip that I'm going with now, Packers, a big chance of going 3-0. Danny, this could be a big week with playoffs implications already.
Yeah, before we jump into that, I really hate to do this, but I've got to shout you out. It's 2 weeks in a row you've gone full kit, and I absolutely, I want to hate it. I really want to hate it, but God, I love it. It looks good.
It's funny, I want some kind of rivalry aggro thing to do with this, but the truth is, I just love seeing you happy, man.
Yep.
And the fact is that your joy in the Packers this year, it's like, once you signed Micah Parsons, once you started playing the way that you're playing, this is the happiest I've known you for a couple of years. I always found you a bit grumpy, but now that things are going well, you look like a happy schoolboy.
I am, and we spoke about the nostalgic Brett Favre throwback jersey. It's very nice. Mitchell and Ness, shout
beautiful.
out to them.
And the old curly shield as well. On the NFL, the logo is very nice, beautiful.
Very nice, very nice.
Good fit. It is a good fit. And like I said on our review show, 6-0, our teams, pretty big for this podcast.
Let's not jump our horses though.
We are 6-0.
We are. But
maybe we should keep a little caption of how we're going.
yeah, just our teams.
It is a massive, and it's going way too early saying playoff implications. But if your team goes 0-3, there's playoff implications there.
Absolutely. We were saying last week at 0-2, your odds of making the playoffs is 12%.
12%.
0-3, you're really starting to dwindle. That is an uphill climb, particularly tough in your division doing that.
Well, we saw it last year, didn't we? With the Bengals, they did everything that they could. They struggled at the start, tried to do everything that they could, and then by week 18, just fell short.
Literally did everything.
Did everything that they could, but because they started so poorly, you do need to start strong. We always say wins in September don't really matter that much, but they do. If you're going, you need at least one. You need to get one in there. If you don't get one, catch you later.
I'm going to jump ahead because it's a team there'll be an 0-3 team out of this game. I think we get straight into it.
Hang on, wait, we're not previewing Bills Dolphins, guys. It's the most interesting game of the week.
Surprisingly not, because I have said this is going to be a snore fest. We will talk about it in our First Down Friday, but Charles, if you guys don't win by 40, I'm probably putting a line through you.
I don't want to curse it. I don't want to get ahead of myself. A 40-burger shutout would be lovely.
I think
it's got the potential for
You'll
that.
put 40 on them.
We love intercepting Tua. Love it. Every time we play, we love taking the ball off him. It's going to be fun. Personally, the main interest in this game is how broken is Mike McDaniel after the game. That's really what it's about.
Let's put another interest in this game. I know you don't gamble, but let's put a burger bet. Me and you. Mm-hmm. You've just said how many interceptions? I've just thrown this on you.
Ooh.
How many? I'm saying 40, not 40-0, but Bills 40 plus into 2.
Yeah, 2 interceptions, I reckon.
Oh, wow.
I'll go the unders. You go the overs.
Yeah, okay. All right.
That's a juicy burger bet.
Yeah,
that's a juicy
burger bet.
It's on. But no, we're not reviewing that Snorefest, sorry. The other Snorefest might be the 0-2 Chiefs versus the 0-2 Giants at MetLife, which I think gives the Giants a little bit of a, not a head start, but it helps, obviously. But the Chiefs are 6-point favourites.
This has major implications on the Chiefs. Less so probably the Giants because, they still are the Giants. Even though Russell Wilson brought himself back from 2013 and played really well, it still has more of an impact on the Chiefs because the Chiefs were coming back after losing the Super Bowl, trying to make it back to the top, and they said all the right things. They released documentaries. They're doing this. They're doing that. But if they go down and into New Jersey and lose to the Giants, they are done. That is the time that we put a line through the Chiefs, and then we are talking this. Will this dynasty be over? Are they going to have a full reshuffle? What are they going to do?
Do they trade Kelsey for picks?
He'll retire like Gronk, though.
He will retire before he gets traded. Absolutely.
But this game is so important to this Chiefs team. And it equally is important to the Giants. If the Giants actually do think that Russell Wilson was the answer and they are going to go on and do a little bit of a playoff run, well, they need to win this game just as much. The fact that it is in MetLife gives them a little bit of a home field advantage. A little bit, not major.
In a soulless stadium in New Jersey, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, I said
concrete
a little.
jungle that is.
I did say a little. So
I actually think it gives them a fair bit more than a little. Like it's still their ground. Like home ground advantage in the NFL means something. I think more than the Aussie flavour. Every second team is the MCG or the old Telstra Dome. MetLife, yes, Giants, but they don't play each other fucking ever. So I think it does have a bit, but 6 points, that's too many in mine.
yeah, but the thing is with these teams, the Giants we saw last week, their offense was absolutely firing, but the Chiefs' defense was almost it held Hurts to like 100, just over 100 plus yards.
101.
Just over 100 yards. So the Chiefs' defense still is the thing that's firing. It's the Chiefs' offense that is struggling, and the Giants' defense is nowhere. So it will be a really interesting game.
Malik Neighbours go for 160 again?
I don't know if we'll go for 160. Like you would say that the Chiefs' defense is better than the Chiefs' offense at the moment, but
Are they better than the Cowboys' defense?
yeah. But I do think there's a chance that he and Wilson are still taking chunks and doing really well. Like I think they've got a chemistry. They've shown it, and Malik Neighbours is a superstar that can make a difference. And we talked about it last week. I think there are some genuine cultural issues going on with the Chiefs from the outside. They definitely don't have the attitude that we're going to do this, we're going to win.
But do you reckon Andy Reid sees those kind of things and starts to be like, boys, I couldn't see him wearing one of those shirts, surely.
No, but I think you would also say that the Chiefs, though, have a history of they're happy to trade for or recruit players with behavioural issues. They're happy to take that on. But whether Andy Reid has the rehabilitative time at the moment, given that his offense just can't do anything.
But not
Travis
even
Kelce
that,
can't
pulling
catch a cold.
the guys that are there going, guys, let's not worry about Rashid Rice. Let's worry about catching the fucking ball.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. That could be the issue with the Chiefs. It could be completely in their locker room. And like once you've lost the locker room, like that is a hard thing to get back. And all these teams love momentum, love hyping each other up and getting around one another. Once you start losing games, though, then everyone starts maybe potentially turning on each other, blaming each other. You can't catch the ball. Well, you threw it bad. All this like push back and forth. Well, then actually will make the team worse. So if they've already lost their locker room, which we don't know, and I think we will find out when they play the Giants, but if they've lost their locker room, you're exactly right. Cross the line through them. They're out.
So what week are you saying does Andy Reid get fired?
Oh, yeah. Andy Reid doesn't get fired. He gets to see out the season. He's done too much for this team. He can't get fired, can he?
No, Andy Reid won't get
If
fired.
he got fired.
Like, I
Fucking
think as long as Patrick Mahomes is there, Andy Reid will still be there. It'll be similar to like the Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. Tom Brady left, then Bill Belichick got
I think Andy Reid
Got
goes
handed
out
off.
on his own, but
Oh,
that would be
100%.
enormous if the Hunt family was like,
Yeah, it's not.
we need some fresh blood.
It'd be enormous, but it literally, if you were to say to anyone that knows football, all right, who's a better coach than Andy Reid? So if you're gonna get rid of Andy Reid, you need to put in a coach that is better than Andy Reid. Who is that coach? I know 0 coaches.
Bring back Bill. Bring back Bill.
Well, yeah. The Tar Heels did get spanked in their first game, but
that's
they're
it.
2-1 since.
That's yeah. Do they need more celebrity content at the Chiefs? I think they need
You probably need less. Probably need less.
It'll be
Let's wind it back. Let's
But I just don't-
wind it back and go back to playing
I just
football.
don't think the coaches out there that you're replacing.
Nah,
Andy
it's a
Reid.
great-
He retires.
it's a great
He
point, yeah.
doesn't. He
No one's there.
no.
Absolutely.
But it could But what do they do? That's true. Like if they lose this, what are their options? What can they do? Like it's
The
3
genuine
weeks into
question.
the season.
They need to go out.
They
and
would
find,
still have the belief that they could turn this around.
Yeah, but they need to go out and find two wide receiver free agents, or trade for them, or go all in for the 3rd, 4th, 5th year in a row and go out and get someone, because they need to give Patrick Mahomes more options than what he's got. They can't do this
can't do it on
game
his legs
with
either.
Kelsey, and even Isaiah Pacheco is not performing. Then they throw in Kareem Hunt, he's not performing. The offensive line isn't performing. And then the only thing that is actually working is Patrick Mahomes scrambling. He needs more options, and currently he doesn't have it.
Okay, so here's the bullshit science fiction trade.
Oh,
Who says no?
Let's create the trade machine.
So I'm saying, what receiver could you get for Chris Jones?
Which two
Now,
receivers?
we were all very excited about Micah Parsons. Chris Jones is about as exciting a defensive option as there is. He is as responsible for the Chiefs' success as Patrick Mahomes. But if you want a Justin Jefferson
Or you're not going JJ.
CD Lamb.
or a CeeDee Lamb,
And an owner that would trade.
a team that needs to bolster their defense.
struggling a little bit.
So could you here's my trade. Could you get CeeDee Lamb and Ferguson for Chris Jones? Give him a second
I'd
tight
say
end target.
No, but you're dealing with Jerry, so yes, you could.
Yeah, you could with Jerry, but also that's a good smart trade because they've got a problem at tight end.
For that, yeah, that blows up the Cowboys.
Oh, destroys the Cowboys. But then at least I have someone on defense.
I think it might actually blow up Jerry Will. Like there could be someone who takes it a bit too far and says this shit's.
They do. I know it's not CeeDee Lamb, but they have Pickens. Like they've got a wide receiver one. They've got an extra receiver there.
Yeah. CeeDee Lamb against the Giants had an incredible game, but George Pickens was like just behind him.
Yeah.
Just behind him. He was nearly there.
I can't help but feel that this may be a premature conversation that we're having.
Oh, premature. You reckon? We're talking about Andy Reid getting fired and into this. Yeah, huge. All right. Who's winning?
The Chiefs have to. I think their defense will be enough to stop Russell Wilson. I think he was a flash in the pan last week, and he's gone back to the Russell Wilson of old that we know.
He's the 2018, 2019 Broncos.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs win, but I think it's going to be ugly. I don't think it's going to be a win that you say, "Oh, the Chiefs are back."
So that 6 line is.
Well, 6 is a lot. I reckon they're going to win by field
I think
goal.
they would be they would be so stoked with that. Like I
think
don't
they'll be
think they're getting there. I think it's going to be closer.
I think they'll be
It's a
stoked with a
3-point
1-point win.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think they'll just put a W on the board.
Yeah.
What are you going, boss man?
I want to say the Giants. I really do, but then I just can't see them winning. But if they do win, it'll be 37-40 in overtime or some shit like that. Like, they're not winning in a tight, congested game. For the Giants to win, it has to be a score fest. So I'm going to say it's going to be a score fest.
It is not beyond the realms of possibility, though, that the Giants are scoring fast and the Chiefs can't, because the Chiefs can't score fast at the moment.
So that's what I'm saying. It's going to overtime. That's my
Wow,
that's my
huge
opinion.
call. I love it though.
The next game is we're going to flip it from 0-2 to 2-0 teams. Your Eagles at home to the Rams. This is a very interesting one. Your Eagles 3.5-point favourites. Again, that's that home ground advantage. Probably, like you said last week, a point too far. Although you said that about my Packers, who were I think 3 touchdowns up at one point, but
Didn't finish 3 touchdowns up there, did you?
we pedal off. Very interesting game. Stafford's back's obviously cherry ripe because he's playing. Who do you cover, Nakua or Adams?
I had an epidural before this podcast. Everyone's doing it now. Everyone's getting epidurals. It's what, after seeing how good it was for Stafford.
I did my plantar fasciitis walking in here. So.
But you're right. The two-headed beast, we talked about it before the season started. Nakua and Devontae Adams, like that is so hard to stop. And it's McVay. He can throttle one up and one down.
And then Nakua 45-yard rushing touchdown.
That's right. It's what they are able to do on that offense. McVay's in a very good situation, and he's got the tools that he needs. And I think the Rams have shown. I think they're playing. Their offense is definitely cooking, and the Eagles is not.
Yeah, that's our biggest issue. At least the Eagles' defense last week stepped up a little bit and managed to stop the Chiefs a little bit. Not confident enough coming into this Rams team that they're playing like offensive juggernauts, who also have a really good defense. So like the Eagles' offense is nowhere near where it needs to be, and I don't know what they're going to have to do, but they're going to have to figure some stuff out in this game. The 3.5 point line is definitely just because they're playing at the Link. They're playing at home, where at least they've got the Eagles fans there to like help support them and help rally them and be super loud and distract Stafford as much as possible. But Stafford's a vet at this point. Puka Nakua's playing incredible. Adams is a vet. Like, there's a lot of weapons. There's a lot of weapons on both offensive teams that are going to one another, except the Rams offense is actually firing and the Eagles isn't. This is going to be a battle.
You need to work out how to go pre-lightning break. Ever since that lightning break,
yeah, we've gone all downhill. Hey, whoa, Zach.
You suck.
Hey, we beat beat the Chiefs 3 times in a row, bro.
Nah.
The Pack haven't.
You're right. They're washed. Get over it. Nah, huge. If before that lightning break, you were, I think it was 3 touchdowns in 3 drives or something like that. It's really stalled since then. You got to turn yourself around, and I think relatively quickly, because
one major positive which we haven't talked about yet is every time Saquon Barkley played against the Rams last year, he dominated. Like, I'm talking, I think it was like 450 yards or something between the 2 games. It was just doing absolutely everything, multiple touchdowns. So I reckon we're going to rely heavily on Saquon. If Saquon goes back to playing how he was last year, and I think realistically Nick Sirianni is like limiting Saquon's snaps at the moment, just because it's a long season. They're planning on going past the end of the season and into the playoffs. So like limit his run. That's why they got AJ Dillon in there to have a backup and have a little bit of support. But when we're playing the Rams, Saquon like owned the Rams last year, and he's going to have to do the same thing again.
I'll check when you say limit, you had 22 carries.
Limited. It's limited. It wasn't 40 carries.
Okay. Fair enough. You're obviously not going to pick
Rams.
Oh,
That hurts.
I actually think like their offense is cooking, but their defense is really strong this year. And I don't doubt the Eagles this season, but I doubt where they're at right now. They haven't clicked, and we've seen before they have been a team that can have a slump where it's not, where it's not coming together.
I'm going to say the Eagles, but it's still going to be so many questions.
Yeah, it's going to be a messy, hard fought battle, I think. And if they don't come out strong at the start, that's a big uphill that they probably won't be able to climb.
Yeah. The last game, we'll go through quickly other little games that are going to be interesting, but the last one, and I think they've put this last game of the week perfectly. It is the game of the week for sure. The 1-1 Lions at the 1-1 Ravens. The Ravens a 5-point favourite.
That's a lot. No, that's a lot, but I think that kind
Is
of...
that going back to week 1?
I think that goes back to week 1 where your pack dominated them. But it's super interesting. The Ravens had that hard-fought battle against the Bills, probably like sharpen steel. So then they went on and played the Browns and absolutely dominated them. So, but then also the Lions went on to play the Bears and dominated them. So 2 teams are coming off very, very strong, comfortable victories going in to then fight each other. This is going to be sick.
I think Adam Denston put it well that it was a fake victory, but he got the week wrong because the Bears suck. So that's where the fake victory for the Lions, I think they got cushioned a little bit with their 50. Yes, good win. You mentioned it last week saying, has it got them back into it a little bit, which I think that's what we're going to find out. If they come in again and struggle, and all the talk is, I'm on a few, obviously, Packers fan pages and a lot of Lions. I think I created a lot of them. All the Lions talk is, Goff still 80% passing. Like, who gives a shit if you lose? It's just like saying 101 yards if you win. Doesn't matter. Like, we won. You can be 80% passer all you want
and
against the Bears.
Yeah, and you couldn't watch Goff in that first week and not be concerned.
No, that's on. Yeah, like, who gives a shit if you can throw 100% and lose?
I think the concern was really with that offensive line as well. But then you look at the defensive line of the Bears, which probably wasn't putting as much pressure on Goff, and then Goff could do what he needed to do.
Had that extra second and a half that Micah Parsons and Rashawn Gary were putting on him.
Yeah, but then you look at the
he's going to have that this week. Though.
You look at the defensive line of the Ravens, and like that is something to be scared of.
Yeah. Do you think they turn it around? We see either you come out of this game going either the Lions are back or they're not.
Yeah, this is really boring. I think it's going to be extremely close. And I think you could come out of it a little bit like Bills-Ravens and go, we just watched 2 teams play.
But if it's close, like a Bills, right? Obviously not. We're not going to get a game like that again for a few more years. But even if it's a close game, you can say the Lions are back because they've
That's right, because they're contesting with
St. Brown had
one
another
of the top three teams.
Yeah,
in the
St.
NFL
Brown
at the
went for
moment.
150 odd, 160 odd again. If he's pulling out another 100,
Yeah,
and their rushing game, which was nothing against the Packers, but then we did the same thing to the Commanders. So you're saying it was just our rush defense is really good, blah blah. But if they turn it around a little bit, I think this game is where you go, well, they showed something.
I think the Ravens are going to come out and probably dominate this game. I just don't think that the Bears are a good barometer of a team that you play against to then say like, oh, okay, now
We're on.
Now we're back. Yes, we'll give them confidence going into this, but the Ravens are a different beast, like on offense and on defense. It is completely like it's not even comparable. I don't even think the Packers and the Ravens are all that comparable. They're two different teams, but the ability to win is probably on level with the Packers.
I will say that the cornerback room of the Ravens, which everyone was saying is eating a bit, gave up a lot in the last quarter against you.
that's right. It is like it's possible when you and very different quarterbacks, Jared Goff and
but I
Josh
feel like
Allen.
Josh-
But also, I would say that like we've seen also shootouts between Bills and Detroit last year. That like Goff can score quickly. He really
Goff was
can.
he was at the Rams, but it was a 50-48 game or something against the Chiefs, so he can score. I still think he'll be able to cut you open if you give him the chance.
Absolutely. I think it's
He's
possible.
an 80% passer.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I
Doesn't
know it
mean
sounds
anything
harsh,
if you
but
don't win, apparently.
I'm just saying, like, you can be an 80% passer all you want.
You
But
win-
if you lose.
If we're going to quote anyone, we've got to quote Vin Diesel. You can win by an inch or a mile, but winning is winning.
That's right. Yeah. Well, that was for you, but they lost. He was an 80% passer and they lost. Like, who gives a fuck? I don't care. I think I want to say the 5 points is too much, but I do think the Ravens flex a little bit here, and the Lions, there's a few more questions about them.
Yeah, I'm on board with the Ravens.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But over or under 5, that's going to be more contentious. You've said overs. You said they're going to smash them.
Yep.
And you said a tight game.
I'll go
that's-
unders, yeah.
So it's on me. I reckon it's a tight game. A high-scoring tight game.
Beautiful.
There is a little gripe that you've got that I just want to introduce before we go through some other games that are a bit more interesting.
That's right. I just want to put an issue on the table, and I don't claim that the NFL is without corruption and without some decisions along the way that are a bit dubious. But you look at the penalties they have for gambling, for example, for if players gamble, like you're out. Like they try to maintain the sanctity of the fairness of the game as
the
much as they
shield.
can. That's right. They protect the shield. So, a little bit of background. Tom Brady joined the Fox commentary team last year. He also joined the ownership of the Las Vegas Raiders. And as such, there was a rule in place last year that he was not allowed to attend the pre-broadcast meetings that the commentators have, the broadcast team has, with the coaches, quarterback, and other players from the teams before the game so that they are more informed for their commentary. And it shows. You hear the stories that the play-by-play and the color commentators make. They have insights. They know the game plan that the teams are going to be using. And Tom Brady was not allowed to attend because he would also be inside the facility at the Las Vegas Raiders. Quite quietly, the NFL have changed that rule just for Tom Brady this year. He is now allowed to attend those pre-game meetings and get inside information. Getting inside information about teams that are going to play the Raiders in coming weeks. He will know if someone's quietly carrying an injury. He will know if someone's had a virus. He will know if someone is going to be given more responsibility. He will have that information.
He wouldn't cheat. Though,
Well,
would he?
that's the thing. People have said, well, as long as he doesn't use it. The Patriots, Deflategate, Videogate, twice. The Patriots were credibly accused of and punished for cheating. He is a win at any costs individual. Yes, the greatest quarterback ever to play, but it's a massive failure of the NFL in this regard. They have to protect the fairness of the game at all costs, and this just seems like special treatment for Tom Brady that is against the fairness of the game.
Is CBS, that's who he's with?
Fox.
Fox, sorry, you said it 60 times. they would have been the guys I'm imagining going in there going, we want him in there to be, it makes our commentary so much better if he's got insight.
They must have.
There would have been a lot of pushing.
It would have come from anyone who watched Tom Brady commentate last year, I reckon.
Yeah.
Just going, he's no Olsen.
Yeah, he just wasn't quite
He was
there
handicapped, like Olsen was
Yeah.
able to be in there. Like,
But that's right.
interesting.
It's the goat getting the goat treatment. So
That's
Yeah.
why
again, that's
why
what
the
it is.
Raiders are 1-1 and they're the best. They're the best
And
team in the
like,
AFC
will
West.
this change? You'd be a fool to bet against Tom Brady.
I wouldn't.
No way.
All right, let's talk about some interesting games, I think. First one, just a line each kind of thing for each game. Packers-Browns.
Another fun day out for you.
Possibly. Bengals-Vikings. I think this one's a different one just because we say it's a backup QB game,
Yeah, it's
isn't it?
QB2 versus QB2. That's all I got for you.
That's all you got?
I think we're going to see the running the ball a lot. Which
I think Browning's underrated. I think he's a good
Well,
QB
he
too.
came out and beat the Jags, didn't he?
Yeah,
when he
and
left.
it was early. Too,
It was
wasn't
early. It was early when he got
and
on
he,
turf toe.
that 2 years ago or 18 months ago, he came out and played some pretty good games. So I think they'll probably get the job done there easily. Colts could be 3-0 playing the Titans.
Colts should be 3-0 being the
will be
Titans.
3-0.
Indiana Jones cracks that whip.
Bucks 3-0 against the Jets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's...
In the Bucks.
Yeah, well, if they're playing in Tampa, yeah.
They'll win on the last drive.
Yeah, win on the last drive. Well,
they-
he's got to do it 3 weeks in a row. They can wait for us to do it 3 weeks in a row.
The Bucks are a good team, and the Jets have problems. Like
Yeah.
they've got genuine problems. The things that were meant to be strong on the Jets were not strong in the last week, and they have problems.
Question: did Fox do the Commanders-Packers game? Because the Commanders are playing the Raiders this week.
So they would have had
Homework.
I want to know how much homework's been done.
They would have had all that information. Really interesting. So the Commanders really need to come out and show that they were the same team that they were last year. Like Debo's obviously come in and fit in really well and like had a couple of touchdowns in his first couple of games. But then we saw when they were playing the Packers, they kind of just fell apart. That game's scoreline was way too close for the actual.
He only scored when I genuinely think we didn't take the pedal off, but we were comfortable enough.
The game wasn't as close as what the scoreline led it to be. So they really need to come out and try and smash these Raiders who are thereabouts this year.
Well, and so I obviously watched it from start to finish. They had 49 passing yards in the first half, a few more in the second half, but Daniels was nowhere to be seen. Rushing, I think it was 53 for the day. And how often have we seen Daniels, 53 in one play kind of thing? So I reckon the Commanders have got a few more issues than we think.
Yeah, and the Raiders are
Max Crosby is
anything
still
can happen.
The man.
Like the Raiders will upset some teams this year.
Broncos Chargers
This one's going to be
in Broncos
in Denver.
possibly.
Yeah, but this one's
Bronco Town.
It's in one of the two
Yeah,
teams.
this
Bronco
one's going
Town,
to be
Colorado.
fire because the Chargers are absolutely flying at the moment, like looking very comfortable at every single team that they play. And then the Broncos realistically should have won last week, apart from a couple of mistakes. You tied out those mistakes, and Bo Nix goes back to playing he was last year. That is a very even matchup.
Yeah. I do think, though, that defense at the Chargers, against a good defense, Bo Nix still has some struggles. So I think that could be the difference between these two teams. I think the Chargers are 3-0 after this one.
The last game, I think we probably haven't given this enough light before we say goodbye to you. The 2-0 Cardinals versus the 2-0 Mac Jones led 49ers. He came out and played some ball. And this is such a more interesting story when Mac Jones was supposed to be the pick, 2 or 3 years ago, but they swapped and went Trey Lance.
They sold the
finally
farm to get Trey Lance.
They finally got Mac Jones in. Played all right.
In a lot of ways, Mac Jones he's like the perfect match. It's true love between Shanahan and Mac Jones. Mac Jones is a fast processor. He's he's an accurate thrower.
A lot like Brock Purdy.
A lot like Brock Purdy. You would have to say, as far as teams with a backup QB going in, Mac Jones is the best like-for-like replacement for
I think it is Brock Purdy with a bit more hair. Isn't it?
Yeah. And so, it's quite a good story. But also, the Cardinals are an interesting story as well. They're like, can you get 4 consistent quarters out of Kyler Murray? That still remains to be seen. But they are playing some good football as well. Like, this is going to be a good game.
And the connection between him and Marvin Harris Jr. it has improved. Like we said that it had to in the preview episode, that has definitely got better. And if it continues to get better as this goes on, it's just interesting. Is the Cardinals 2-0 like a real 2-0? Like they played the Panthers last week, and the Panthers are proving to not be anywhere again. Are they a real 2-0 team, or are they a team that's played a couple of easy sides to get those 2-0?
I think we find out.
We'd definitely find out when they play the 49ers, a depleted 49ers at that. So if they can't beat a depleted 49ers, yeah, they've got some question marks too.
Depleted, still on the wide receiver. McCaffrey's back played. Had that calf issue again, but did play.
It's Kittle back?
No, Kittle's still out.
Didn't play.
Kittle's still out.
He's on IR, isn't he? He's 4 weeks.
Oh, gone.
Yeah.
Gone so.
Very depleted.
The interesting thing from last week's Panthers-Cardinals game, I haven't checked the stats, but possibly the 2 shortest quarterbacks, the shortest total quarterback height for a game in the history of football. Like, it was adorable. It was adorable to see them play.
There was actually before the start of the game, they were watching up on the screen. The Panthers were, warming up, and on the screen, it just looked like a 5-year-old child was out there looking up on the screen.
So it was almost like if you suited up and went out there.
There's every chance I'm taller than them. There's half a chance. I still can't see over my line, but
it is worth us saying that if the 3 of us suited up and walked on the field,
ants.
we would look like children.
2 epidurals, I'd be fine.
Yeah, that's right.
2 epidurals. I do think it's going to be an interesting game, though, between those two. Currently, the NFC West has 3 2-0 teams, so they're statistically the best division out there.
Yeah, statistics can lie.
It's only week 2. It's only week 2. Let's pedal backwards.
Statistics work for you. Thanks for joining us this week, Charles, but it is time to move on to our First Down Fridays, brought to us by our good friends at Unibet. And we do have to mention our SEN bets in there too as we get into it. First Down Friday last week, I am livid. We won. We won our First Down Friday. I won, because this is a competition. We keep forgetting this. We have a little bit of a jokes to start with, but we're 0-0. I won. Jaden Reed took a catch in the end zone. I had him for yards. He got his yards. He broke his collarbone on that play. They brought the play back for a foul.
Absolutely.
I fucking won.
It was a heartbreaking thing to see, even for me. Like, I was just like, we need to get a point on the board here. So we if it's you winning or me winning, one of us has to get one up there. But also, if you want any of our bets, make sure you hit us up. Get our link. We have clubhouse picks. We have special picks that you can only get by finding us. So hit us up on any of our socials or find it on our link tree to get our link. Otherwise, you won't be able to find any of these bets.
Your Hail Mary almost got up as well.
My Hail Mary was so close. Like, it wasn't for a couple more Baker yards, which, when he's winning on the final drive, you just got to do everything you can to win. But for me, if you just had thrown it one more time, it would have been a big win. Unfortunately, just didn't quite get there.
Week 3, so it is your First Down Friday selections to try and get something on the board. I don't want you to, but
we need to get something on the board. And that Friday game, the Bills and Dolphins is not going to be a pretty game. So I'm just going to go safe as I think I can possibly go for this. The Bills are going to win, right? So they're definitely going to win. I think the line's at something like 11. I'm going to bring that line all the way back to 6.5. So we're going to have it at 6.5. So all they have to win is by 1 touchdown, 1 real score. And then that one's home. And I'm going to put Josh Allen in for throwing over 1.5 touchdown passes. He didn't throw the ball that much in the previous week. He's going to want to show off and have a little bit of flair. The touchdowns could be done after the first half, I really believe. I reckon he's going to get a touchdown.
First quarter.
By every means, he could get this done. But more importantly, it means I'm going to get a big number 1 on my board, and you're going to still have a big old fat 0. And that's what really matters here.
And what's that going to be paying for us?
It's paying around the $2 mark. Depends on when you get on it. I reckon those odds are going to keep on going down, so get on nice and early.
I have noticed that our bets, when we put them out there, have been changing a little. We fluctuate the market.
Yeah, we do fluctuate the market, but that's just the power that we hold. That's just the power that Any Given Sunday podcast hold.
Yeah, huge. Like you said, we do have clubhouse picks in that for not every game, for especially the bigger games that we do speak about. So make sure you find us, follow, and subscribe. That's the only way you're going to really find us. And but hit us up for our Unibet link as well, mate. It's going to be a big week too. Big week 3.
Big week 3, and your boy Danny's going to go 1-0.
Yeah, and don't worry, I'll be 1-0. Or
One on one.
1-1 once my Hail Mary hits on the Monday game. So don't worry, it's a better game to bet on. So
Yeah, well, you've got that up your sleeve, but those Hail Marys, they're hard to hit.
See you next week, mate.
Go Birds.